Hey, I'm Kyle, and this is Nebula Aerospace. It's been quite a while since the last update, but things have been progressing. During the last almost year, most of the work being done has consisted of coding. Lots and lots of coding. Now, this hasn't been non-stop coding, and has been rather sporadic throughout the last year. We have basically built the code from the ground up, as well as notably completing the state machine using the monster of a flowchart created to do so. Current work is on getting data logging up and running on the board. Originally, and possibly still in the future, the plan was to write data to the flash chip, then copy it over to the flash drive and offload after the flight. However, due to the nature of the flash chip being produced as an experimental test board, there have been issues successfully communicating, so we decided to simplify the approach and write straight to the SD card. I'm sure this will never have any negative future implementations in the form of significant flight data loss, right? Anyways, as far as specific development updates, that is all. So now let's take a look at the immediate and further future of Nebula Aerospace. In the coming weeks, the hope is to complete the final bits of code so that the computer is ready for flight. Now, during the first few flights of Eagle R1, or possibly all depending on how they go, we'll be on a rocket named Fledgling. This rocket will be a non-TVC rocket, designed to test the state machine, data logging, pyros, etc. on Eagle R1. The amount of flights by Fledgling will depend on how much is learned from each flight, and what improvements need to be made to the computer and or the code before moving on to TVC. The hope at the moment is to have all coding done, and hopefully a rocket in the air no later than the end of June, hopefully earlier. After the necessary amount of flights are completed with Fledgling, we will move on to Project Orion. This will be Nebula Aerospace's first attempt at a TVC flight. After building the rocket, a series of hold-down tests and other important tests will be made before sending the rocket to the sky, and hopefully not the ground. The hope at the moment is to wrap up Fledgling by the end of June to mid-August, and then start the development of Orion. This timeline all depends on what happens with Fledgling, and that can both shorten and extend these future dates. After Project Orion, there are currently only two more projects in our sights, and these are currently Project Owl and the Starship project, and just keep in mind these are subject to change as the program evolves and we learn different things from these flights. Project Owl will come first, and after Orion, hopefully by the end of 2024, if not sooner. This will be our first attempt at a vertical takeoff landing vehicle, meaning a rocket capable of, hopefully, doing a landing in the style of SpaceX's Falcon 9. This project will likely take a while, and could either take a few months or several years. Either during or after Project Owl, depending on the success of it, will be the Starship project. The goal of this project will be to create a 1/50th to 1/70th, somewhere in that range, scale model of SpaceX's Starship, with the goal of being able to land both the first and second stage all in one flight in the exact same fashion of the real thing. Hopefully the first flight of this model is a little bit more successful than the real thing.
The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't.
This will be a crazy project no matter the success of it though, and a rocket standing taller than me will be crazy to see whether it makes it to the ground in one piece or not. Thank you for watching this update, and make sure to stay tuned to keep updated on when these projects leave the ground. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.